So I took 2 mil test prop 3 times a week. 2 mils of Train Ace 3 times a week. 2 mils of Mastron 3 times a week. 100 milligrams of Winchell, 100 milligrams of Anavar daily. T3, Clen, I think Hembin.
I feel pretty small in this podcast.
Yeah, now that the jerseys are off,
The jerseys
I'm
are
keeping
off.
mine on, bro. So yeah.
Mike and Albert, bro, guys, thank you so much for coming through.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Albert's
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I was about
It
to
has.
say it's the first time on. Huh?
Chris, who looks bigger?
Fuck, now you're really asking.
It's a touchy subject. Bro.
Who's the pretty one?
Yo, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's just the beard that does it for me.
The beard, eh?
The beard sells
Absolutely.
it, bro.
So, but you guys were on stage together. So, by a judge's perspective, who was better?
Albert was.
On the day, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was our goal going into the show because we're training partners and best mates. So we went into the show, decided we're going to compete together because we want the memories. And we ended up getting that, and yeah, we're happy.
So, was it you were the same height category, or was it a different height
Bodybuilding,
category?
Weight.
Yeah, it's
Weight.
So we both competed in heavyweight. And yeah, bro, my prep didn't go as planned because a bunch of things happened in my personal life, which I wasn't bargaining on at the time, but we made it work and pushed through. Mike and I even ended up not training together for a while. I think like 6 weeks before the show, because my time schedule was completely out. Then he'd wait at gym for me for like half an hour before I even arrive, and then I train for 20 minutes and have to go home. Some nights I even get to gym, then I have to go.
Sure.
So
I love that. Whenever he skipped, I was like one step closer to beating. Continue, boy. Continue skipping.
yeah,
I'm asking now from a small person's point of view. So when you guys compete now at, what was it? It was big man. Yeah. Okay.
Man.
So what is the weight category? So you say it's super heavyweight, right? Am I right? So what?
heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
And then I think super heavyweight's over 102 kilos.
So how much did you guys come in on?
I
show
weighed in
day?
at 95.5 and you?
93.
Okay, and then that's obviously classified as heavyweight.
Yeah, so between 90 and 102.
Oh, okay, I check. Okay.
Yeah, so 102 and over, that's his goal. He wants to go super heavies.
Yeah.
For me, that's just too uncomfortable, bro. I'd rather stay in the 212 division, which is up to 96 kilos.
Yeah.
And that's maintainable for me. I think I can put on quite a bit of size still and then maintain that year round.
Who's taller though?
Mike is.
Yeah, slight bit.
Okay.
I just want to compete in the heavier weight divisions because I love eating, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like eating that much, so I'd rather eat a bit less. When I love prepping because then I'd rather skip a meal than have a cheat meal. So skipping a meal, that's a cheat meal for me. I love it.
But I've heard
no jokes.
I've heard
This guy.
your prep is also pretty chill though. Like your diet will be like Woolworths sliced smoked chicken, or is it like
it used to be?
Okay.
It used to be. But yeah, my diets are very, very simple, bro. Like I eat the same shit every single day.
Yeah.
And going into show, I did absolutely no cardio for the show or any previous show.
You don't have
Maybe
to do
my first
cardio
two,
if you
three
eat
shows.
2 meals a day.
Yeah, maybe my first
Yeah.
2-3 shows I did cardio, but I believe if you follow your diet to the T, you don't need cardio.
But now, as Mike says, you have 2 meals a day. Is that just because you?
No, he's lying. I'm not having 2 meals. So I have at least say 6 to 7 meals a day.
Okay.
But obviously just a lot smaller than his.
But in comparison, like this guy's genetics, for him, if you see how much he actually eats in comparison to some of the other guys out there, yeah, you'd be shocked. He doesn't eat a lot.
Well, I mean, 67 meals is quite heavy. I mean,
Well,
like,
how
I know
many,
for
how many
us,
calories is that?
I've got no idea.
We just wing
But
it,
we
we
can
don't count
compare.
calories.
Let's say one meal of mine now in prep, let's say from about 6 weeks out. So ideal meal for me would be 150 grams of chicken and then 80 grams of rice.
Is
That's
that
a
all?
meal. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on like 140 gram rice per meal.
But even 7 meals of that is not a lot.
No, it's not a lot, but then I don't have to do cardio.
Yeah.
And on the right anabolics, you hold your size.
Yeah.
Are you happy to talk about what you took?
Yeah, I can discuss my cycle. It's a mild cycle.
Okay. Mild,
So-
mild for you or mild for everyone?
No, it's not a mild cycle. But, I love anabolics, obviously. So I've been on worse cycles. So the heaviest cutting cycle I've been on was probably my worst condition ever.
Yeah.
So this was 2016, sorry. 2016. So I took, let's start from about 8 weeks out. So I took 2 mil test prop 3 times a week. 2 mils of Tren Ace 3 times a week. 2 mils of Mastron 3 times a week. 100 milligrams of Winchell, 100 milligrams of Anavar daily. T3, Clen, I think Hemrin. And what am I missing? Obviously your anti-estrogens. I can't even remember what I took.
Jeez.
But that
But that T3, how do you feel taking T3 and like the side effects, or taking too much, or like your thyroid? Have you ever experienced something
I've
negative?
never experienced any problems with my thyroid. It always checks out whenever I do my bloods. My bloods are actually quite good. The last time I did it, I was on cycle, and we were actually quite surprised that everything checked out
Jeez,
quite decently.
like everything's hurting for me now, just thinking of that. Like I'm stuck.
That was stupid.
I don't even know what to say
But
to
it
that.
usually
It's
is, you
mad.
know, the more you take, it actually isn't meaning you're going to see more results.
Yeah,
your
100%.
your body, you become so lethargic, and you actually shock your system so much with the amount of anabolics. You're not going to gain anything. You feel terrible all the time. Obviously, where you pin, you have nowhere to pin anymore.
Yeah, I was just about. That was my next question. Where don't you run out of space?
Yeah, you do. And I predominantly like pinning my
He
glutes.
ended up just going on a drip,
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
I was running it.
just running straight into the bloodstream, more effective.
Yeah.
So predominantly, I love pinning glutes because I don't like site injecting because I'm scared of getting cysts and stuff. So I prefer pinning my glutes. Recently, I started doing shoulders as well, but I don't like the pain. I struggle to sleep. But after that prep, I came to realize, because I was like any young bodybuilder, more is more. And more isn't more.
Yeah.
So taking the right doses of the right things, you can get much further than overdoing everything. So that I learned there. That is a good lesson. So going to this prep, everything was about a half of that. Okay. And I try and do the same cycles into every prep, and then I try and change my peak week. I try and change something, try something new every show. So I rate I've got my magic plan. If I can give my prep 100%, actually incorporate my cardio like I should, my training on par, I think we'll put quite a decent package on stage.
And, you know, not doing cardio, is it difficult to, you know, get like that little bit of more detailing at the end, you know, maybe like the last 2-3 weeks? Do you find maybe you could come in slightly more conditioned, or do you feel, have you always never done cardio, or has there been a time where you did implement cardio into a prep?
The best I ever looked, according to me, I did HIIT cardio about 4 or 5 weeks out. So I started with HIIT cardio 3 times a week for 5 minutes. And that improved my leg growth so much. My quads were massive. I've been a bit lazy on quads and glutes the past year. Obviously during lockdown, without the motivation, real lazy, just eating shit.
And you're limited to that one session, and like that 1 hour session. So it's difficult to, you know, focus on muscle groups like a Gert's gym. It was difficult to do those. Obviously, maybe it was more lenient with you guys, but
there's also no proper glute equipment.
yeah.
So, to be honest, we have to train glutes like any female bikini athlete now.
Yeah, I think all
That's the
males,
only
you
way.
tend to just neglect it a bit.
Yeah.
I realized for the first time, like I saw my stage pics, I was like, yo, I need to train my glutes.
Yeah.
And then like literally after the show, I started training glutes for the first time with my fiance, who was a fitness bikini athlete. And sure, that's when I really realized I neglected glutes, because I did one session with that and my glutes were finished.
And then how does it feel to pin after that session?
Yeah.
Not comfortable.
You actually pin beforehand, then it actually makes the pin a bit better.
But then
Like,
it's like,
I just lit that's why I'm late now.
yeah.
So I was training glutes.
But it makes you feel like
so you weren't pinning?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, I'm not on gear.
I was gonna caption the podcast. He was late because he was injecting.
No. I wasn't late.
But it makes you feel odd though when you do, like you say, the glute exercise, when you got to do those hip thrusts.
Yeah.
You put the bar across you on the bench and you start thrusting like this in the middle of the gym. You feel like
But
such
you have
an
to
idiot.
make eye contact with
No, you have
any gent in gym.
Yeah, because everyone looks at you. They watch you the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
time. They're like, is that a guy doing hip thrusts? You're like, yeah, bro.
And Mike, bro, do you do cardio?
I do cardio, yeah. Quite
Every
a lot.
day.
Yeah, I did fasted cardio in the morning, just like went outside for a walk, morning walk. But that's, for me, that was more just like a mental aspect. Like just, I enjoy starting my day productively, sort of clearing my mind. So that wasn't really for prep purposes, so to speak. And then, yeah, post weight training, I used to just do around 20 minutes of cardio.
And that's also like walking your dog. You know, it's more therapeutic than it actually is to get shredded.
Yeah, 100%. But also, my metabolism picked up quite a lot in the off season because I was used to eating quite a bit of calories. So I tried to lower my carbs and calories the way he did, and I just I couldn't make it through the day. Like I was starving. So I'd rather up my food and up my activity level to sort of like burn the same amount of energy whilst eating more calories.
So you
There's always a drug you can take to counter your appetite. I love running Ritalin into a prep, because obviously if you at such a calorie deficit that like I'm on, you struggle to think and to operate.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything, bro. So if I take not really slim, Ritalin.
You already forgot the name.
Yeah, let's not working.
I just forgot to have mine today. Anyway, then that actually suppresses my appetite as well, which in turn you benefit from the concentration and the appetite suppressing.
And then does it not make you a little bit depressed though? Because I've heard of a lot. It happens to quite a few people.
Not really, because I'm happy on life,
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't really hit downs.
You
You're just fucking tired when it warns off.
Yeah.
Then you just have another one.
And you yourself, you say so that starting those walks or whatever is to start your day more productively. Then what's your career? Because I mean, in South Africa it's very difficult to make a living off bodybuilding.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, which is why I'm probably not like I would have liked or would have enjoyed to do something more relevant to my passion, which is bodybuilding. But yeah, I don't really see personal training as the way to achieve the things that I want to achieve, or the life I want to achieve at least. So yeah, by day I am a marketing performance manager. Okay. Yeah, in digital space as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your new car now?
Which one?
That BM.
That's my fiance's car.
Oh, is it hers? I don't know why I thought hers was orange. Maybe just because his was orange.
Yeah, you see, we were standing outside waiting for you guys, and we were like, okay, Albert's got an M4, he'll come. And then I was like to Jesse, I was like, what does Mark drive? He goes, no, I'm sure he drives an ST. I was like, okay. Then we saw this BM over here, and we were like,
he's got the Beamer and I've got the Polo.
so it's kind of like a little switch
swapped.
that you guys did over there.
So was your car's in the shop? Were you really getting something else done to it?
No, unfortunately not.
It's gone in for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Breaks
No,
every man's
not
heart.
because of him. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
So he actually stopped. You're on your way home or what?
Yeah, on my way back from gym.
And then a guy reversed into him.
Nice.
He skipped his daughter's school's entrance and just stopped in the road and reversed straight into him, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice
Just
South African drivers we have there.
Did his insurance cover that and stuff? Like what?
such a long process, dude.
When
So,
was
yeah.
this?
It's like
3
weeks out
weeks,
from my
3
show.
weeks.
Yeah, so that was fun having that
Yeah.
additional stress in prep.
Yes, yeah.
It was so annoying. Like just the missions of having to go to the police station, fill out all the
The police
documentation.
station, bro. What a fucking mission.
Which police station?
Never ever go to Honeydew, though.
No, one went quite quick because of COVID. People are scared to stand in
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
So that's at least one plus. Yeah.
Speaking of cars, though, I saw someone on my Instagram post the other day. So Eagle Canyon Virgin Active.
I saw that.
She drives
bro.
a Polo GTR, right? She stays in Eagle Canyon as well. She drives a Polo GTR, She went into gym. She came out. The Polo's headlights were gone.
Yeah, they ripped the headlights out.
Just the headlights.
Just
the check it.
So it's a like a big thing for, especially for the VW cars, the Polos and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And she literally came out, and it's just 2 empty sockets sitting in a Polo GTR.
But it is nice headlights.
But it's a big syndicate thing that it's always been. But apparently Eagle Canyon, Virgin Active, that center
So did
alone
they take the
has
headlights, or was it like the daytime running LEDs?
No, so that's the whole, like literally the whole light just came out. Or and you watch the video, if Albert finds it now, you'll see they literally stand there, they get out, and they just pull and yank.
Oh, so it's like the CCTV video
so
footage.
apparently I saw the CCTV on Instagram, but I don't know if it's still
Well, I suppose if you look at what they do with the Fortuners, like removing a headlight quickly is not the biggest, not the biggest deal.
Yeah, check it out.
Hectic.
So watch how they rock up and yank the living crap out of
Send
those
this
lights.
to me, and then I'll put it on the podcast so people can watch with
Let
us.
everyone have a look.
Like it's mad.
Have
If
you
anyone's
seen the-
looking for 2 headlights, Polo GTI headlights, it's probably about 800 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they just
I
got
don't know
put it
who
out,
took
so-
those though.
Oh, bro. Watch how they just yank it out.
Well, now with my claim, one of the things I'm claiming for is a front headlight. So guess the price of a Fiesta ST's front headlight.
I don't want to know
Probably like
because
3.5.
It's $8,000.
What?
I was just about to say, because I mean, I drive a little normal Fiesta.
Oh, so it's the old-
I
it's the
pay
old
on that
GTR.
thing, and I can't imagine what an ST you're paying for.
Yeah, that
nowadays.
doesn't look like the new one. Hey?
Yeah,
that's the old one.
Yeah, that's the old one.
But they're still just.
Have you seen
Imagine.
what a Fortuner looks like when Tracker ends up finding it like 30 minutes after it's
Please don't
installed?
tell me.
I don't want to know because you next.
I've got a Fortuna. I don't want to know.
Yeah, it might just go.
But I mean,
Have you ever seen a Fortuner for sale and it's like stripped for spares?
no.
Yeah, well, that's basically
Okay.
what
Just
you'll
the
get
parts.
it back as. It's just
I've
spares.
always had the most stolen cars in South Africa. So my very first car was a Polo. My next car was a Golf. And now I've got a Fortuner. So literally, I'm just waiting.
Why the family car?
Dogs, my dogs. My Ridgeback, bro. Like, I just open up the boot, he hops in. It's nice. And then you go somewhere, you know.
It is convenient.
Yeah, with my Golf, I was like scared with the leather seats. I was scared. But now, like with the Fortune, I'm like, oh, these seats are a little bit more hardy. They can handle.
And you're forced not to speed
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
well,
that's
which
true,
is a benefit.
Yeah.
Which is much better.
I
But
tried that, but I couldn't.
how is, you know, have you got many speeding fines?
No, actually nothing.
Is that just
'Cause,
because your license plate's not on your car? Or is it? I don't know.
It could be. I don't. Yeah, but I never actually go over the speed limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a law-abiding citizen,
Yeah.
huh? I was talking to Chris, I was like, we're going to hear Albert coming, so it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Oh no, my car's in for service.
Okay.
Just the service.
Yeah, basic service.
Okay, I don't know
Nice.
if I believe
Watch
you.
watch some guy follow your podcast from BMW and warranty avoid his whole warranty after this podcast.
That's actually what I'm sitting with right now.
Really?
So BMW phoned me and they're busy assessing my vehicle. I don't know why, because
You don't have mods or anything.
Yeah, I was about to say, what if
No,
you-
no.
Yeah.
should be stock standard. But yeah, so I'm waiting to hear back from them now.
So what's the process there? They just said, you know, did your car go in for service? And they're like, we
No,
see.
actually a warranty claim. There was a noise on my exhaust. So I sent it in for a warranty claim because they had to have a look, and now there's some complications. So
But they do that though. I've noticed, like my dad's training partner, his M3 also goes in and they check, they do a full run on it, because if it's something like that, like you say, the exhaust now, they're like, okay, it's probably been driving like a Duos. We need to check now. Then they link it up to the computer.
yeah, they pull your logs and your boost.
check
But
what
who
you're
buys
running.
an M4 to not drive like a Duos?
I know, but that's the thing. You buy in the car because you want to drive fast. So I
Except
don't
for
know.
Albert.
Except for Albert. Albert drives.
When you know those roadblocks where they actually pull you over to check your fines?
Yeah.
Every single time I've got 125 rands fines.
Okay.
I
How
can't
many?
believe
Like
it,
50
bro.
of them, or just one?
No, one.
Okay.
I actually pulled my fines the other day.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
But you got plates on.
No.
Well, then there
Well,
you go.
not that one evening, no.
Okay. So you big into gaming, yeah?
I used to be very, very big. I love gaming. That's probably my only escape other than gym, where you can actually just relax and forget about everything, bro. You're in a whole different world. It's therapeutical for me. But nowadays I don't game too much anymore. I don't think I've played a game in like 2 months now.
Sure.
Obviously with prep, being busy. So I'd love to get more into gaming again, but obviously if we have time, because like I said, it's a hobby. Just like training, you got to make time for it.
Yeah. And now, was it competitive? Was it just for fun? Or
I used to play competitive back in the day. Played at Raids, DGL. I think I played COD. We did quite well.
which COD was that? Like Modern Warfare 2?
Modern Warfare 2 and then Black Ops.
Okay.
And then I stopped playing because then I started training, doing bodybuilding. So I was quite obese. So I needed the change of lifestyle, because just like bodybuilding, gaming, your odds of actually making it in South Africa is very slim.
Yeah.
Unless you're some freak, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are going to look at you and say you're a freak. But, you know, the freaks at the Olympia
That's
are
a
far more
different
freaky
kind
than
of
the
freaks.
South African freak.
Yeah. For normal people, we are freaks, but
Yeah.
they freaks to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just on a totally different level, bro.
Why is that? That's always my biggest thing.
Their
Though.
juice
Like,
is purer.
is
bro.
it so? Okay, speaking from a juice perspective, like I mean, you look at Chris Bumstead now, for instance. That man, would you say our bodybuilders in South Africa are classic physique size in Olympia, or smaller, bigger?
They wouldn't
Probably not even,
They
eh?
wouldn't fit
Not
the
even?
criteria though. Because
Okay, yeah, I get that. They probably wouldn't fit it, but would you say, like, if we had to send a South African bodybuilder over there, they'd be able to compete with Chris
do we
Bumstead?
really have, like, other than you two now, like really amazing bodybuilders currently in the country?
Not at a competitive level, like at a
Yeah.
competitive, like everyone's always striving to get their pro cards, and then they get
Yeah.
their pro cards and they're absolutely nowhere. Like I
Yeah.
would say we don't have any top bodybuilders, at least for the time being, who can achieve their pro cards and actually
Olympia level.
Yeah.
not be
Not
competitive as pros.
Yeah.
And is that either of your goals?
It used to be. I don't know. We'll see how far it can go. Bro. Like, I definitely, bodybuilding isn't my whole life.
Yeah.
And I really think if you want to make it to that level, it should be. I am more genetically gifted than other people, and I rate if I put in the hard work, and actually, if I have the time, I would try and take it as far as I can. But it's not worth like trading my everyday lifestyle for bodybuilding, my social life, my family, my friends. So I try and keep a balance between everything.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that makes me more happy than only bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could argue if we had the same opportunities as you had in the States and you could make a living off of it, it's another story. You give everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still have to work a day job. We still have other things to take care of as alongside our passion, which is bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So then if you weigh it up, the sacrifices you're now making just to try
Yeah.
and be somewhat competitive is almost not worth it.
But I think
So
that's-
it's only
yeah.
ever just going to be sort of like a passion or hobby here in South Africa.
Yeah.
That's but it's good that the youth, you know, looking at you guys, thinking that maybe you make all your money off bodybuilding. I think it's good for them.
Oh,
to,
no, not at all.
Yeah, I know. But it's good for them to think that maybe, because then they train harder thinking they can achieve it as well. Then obviously reality sets in and they understand when they're older. But maybe if they're younger, like a 16-year-old sees you guys and they think your whole life is just bodybuilding, they get motivated by that, then they will train hard and be influenced and make like good-ish decisions in terms of their lifestyle choices to build muscle and become better. Whereas if they know for a fact you guys have to have a job and you have to, you know, pay the bills, and bodybuilding isn't doing that, then they might not be motivated to train and, you know, go into the gym in the first place.
Yeah, that's very true. And this isn't really a industry. Would you recommend going into this industry to anyone? The fitness industry
Yeah.
at whole.
I don't know. I think that the social media aspect of it is toxic. And
And the people,
That's not just in the fitness
let's
industry.
talk about the majority of people in the fitness industry. People that you've
you
been
see,
on
I
podcasts
think
with.
I think
and-
there's always so many people within the industry, but there's so many of those people in every single industry.
Yeah.
Because it's just humans in general that are awful people, that are backstabbing people, that talk behind your back. But I mean, every industry is going to have that. we just maybe
But this industry is so much more. Everything's based on looks.
yeah, it's very superficial and
Yes.
self-serving.
Well, that's fitness what it's about, isn't
Yeah,
it? You're
literally.
basically standing on stage and getting judged based on someone's
Yeah.
view on what you look like or supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And every year
So
that
it comes
you can
with the sport.
change.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the judges' criteria, what they're looking at can be
Not the same every year. Yeah, and you're definitely right.
and it makes no sense because, you know, how can it constantly be changing? Then whenever is it going to be the correct thing? I mean, let's say now they're marking you guys on X, Y, and Z, and the next year, because you've been working on X, Y, and Z, they change it and they don't want to mark you on X, Y, and Z anymore, and that actually sets you back.
Like, even look at the Olympia level competitors. And then Big Ramy has to lose muscle because he has to fit the criteria. He's too big. Then he drops muscle. No, then he has to gain muscle. And they keep changing everything every year. I mean, it's very difficult for people like Phil Heath to even stay ahead.
Yeah. Why do you think it is, though, that they keep changing everything?
I've got no idea. That's like them dropping female bodybuilding. Imagine literally going out doing bodybuilding if you're a female. Obviously, the anabolics, everything going along with it, and then they cancel your division.
I understand that in terms of the number of people entering. Obviously, there was a lot less because if they can make money off it, they would have done it. So
No, they stopped female bodybuilding because of the image that it portrayed. So that's why they stopped it.
that's interesting, though, because this whole world, the way it's going is, you know, accept everyone, accept everything, let everyone make their own decisions. But now technically they're taking away people's ability to
It's not sexy, it's manly.
If a girl wants to look like that, then let them do
That's
that.
personal preference.
Yeah.
And for me, bro, that was terrible. Imagine you literally changed your whole life to fit into a category and they cancel
Yeah.
your whole division. So at least they brought it back now, which is
Oh,
great.
so it is back.
Yes, it was out for a few years.
Yeah.
I think Iris Carl won like 8 or 10 in a row. Crazy physique. But yeah. Okay, next subject.
Let's talk about you
And social media.
trolling on social media.
I knew this was coming.
That was the main one. That was the main discussion
You're the
point.
king of trolling, bro.
Yeah, fact.
How do you go about, you know, not upsetting people, but upsetting them?
I've always had this way of saying something and I know it's going to upset someone. And then, I don't know, just find a way around it and I don't care. But I actually stopped with that. So I'm much better on social media now. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I try and
You're
do
less fun on social media now.
but it gets me into shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want to do that anymore. Obviously, okay, in lockdown, everyone was bored at home. I was bored out of my mind, bro.
Yeah.
And then I had an idea. I was like, okay, who posted? I think it was you, actually. Who motivates you the most? And then you reposted it. You
Yes,
tagged
yeah.
me a few times.
You know why I did that? Because everyone shared my story. So the people that don't follow me, that follow you, you share my story, they start following me. So,
Exactly.
so there was zero trying to motivate and uplift people. Just trying to get myself
Get
followers.
followers.
Leverage.
Anyway, so I was like, okay, well, you did this. So you took the approach, like, which fitness influencer or motivates you. So I was like, okay, who do you dislike the most? Just swap it around.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, okay, there's no traction. And then all of a sudden, bro, people started messaging. I was like, whoa, shit. Let's just share. And yeah, I just exploded. And obviously none of that was anything that I said. It's just obviously...
You're just sharing, relaying the message.
I was just sharing and people took offense to that. And yeah, I'm probably sorry for that now.
Probably.
Yeah. Because I can imagine what how many people are upset by doing that. But yeah, time goes on, get over it.
But sometimes if the shoe fits,
It's true.
Yeah. A lot of that, there was a lot of things I never even shared because I just thought, yo, this is too much. I didn't, and then there's people cheating and people actually know. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'd rather not get involved, yeah.
Yeah.
So I only shared things to an extent, which made it a bit better as well.
Yeah.
But also sometimes when people, like, let's say, Chris is upset with me and he goes and comments on your thing saying I cheated on Sasha with X and Y person. Like at the end of the day, it's also difficult to tell how truthful those confessions were.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times I was like, please prove it. And then people could actually prove it.
Okay,
so I was
hectic.
like, fuck, okay. I'm not posting the evidence.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So it did cause a lot of drama, eh? I saw some court cases that
Definitely.
were going to come about.
Yeah, I received, I think, 2 or 3 letters.
Death threats.
No, lawyers' letters, death threats, basically. But nothing ever came of it. They like, please respond and acknowledge that you received the email, and I never responded. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
If you don't get the summons, bro, you didn't get served, so it's
exactly
chill.
what's the same as a speeding fine.
Yeah.
You don't get the speeding fine, or fuck it. Or if it came
have
in,
to accept it.
it came in the post, and it's like, sweet, rip it
I
up.
don't have a post box.
Okay, there you go. See, that's me. That's me. My speeding fines come in, I get it. I'm like, nah.
Do they come in the post, bro?
That's old school, boy.
I go on FMB and then just type in my ID number, whatever, or pay.
Oh, then it
fine.
comes up.
Yeah.
What?
I like old school way. It comes in the post. Check a nice picture of your car, rip it up, throw it in the bin. But then
get
the
the
problem is I go
e-tolls.
through a block. Yeah, the e-tolls I get in the post as well. Where do you get your e-tolls?
My dad pays him, bro.
Oh fuck, I don't pay them, Bruce. You're the law-abiding citizen over here.
Yo, my
dude.
dad pays all this e-tolls, but it's nice because then you go on a trip and then you don't have to pay tolls.
Yeah, you go
Well,
through the
he
other
pays the
gate.
tolls.
Go straight through the VIP section.
Yeah,
literally.
one of the rest of
Little
us have
tag
to
in your
sit
window.
like this.
Yeah.
What?
So I have the tag on my window. You just drive through.
So you have the special lane. You don't have to wait at toll gates. That's crazy.
So when I had my Golf, it was on my Golf, and then I got the Fortuner, and then I didn't take it out of the Golf. So maybe someone's driving my Golf now with the
Oh,
tag.
your
And your
dad's
dad's
paying.
getting it.
Yeah.
Road
That's
tripping.
wonderful.
But my dad
All
is
around.
like that. He's like, no, that's the law. We do it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So, but I mean,
I'm exactly the same.
I know you are. That's why I thought we'd have you on to talk about towing the line, walking the straight and narrow.
That's me.
Let's see.
I don't know why you're laughing.
Yeah, Chris,
gosh.
we're not being sarcastic.
Kills me, bro.
So
So
what's
I know I'm not law-abiding, so flipping all.
Bro, you're a teacher. You have to be.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, that was ages ago, bro. School. I can't.
How old are
even-
you now?
27. I'm
Yeah?
turning 28.
24.
Okay, so you're younger than us.
Sort of lighty.
Fuck, bro. You see now, this makes me feel so like I'm like fuck. I'm 25, and I'm
beard,
so
it's the beard.
scroll, bro. Damn it.
So let's talk about you. What's your goals? What's your next show? The coaching, where's that headed?
Bro, I don't know about my next show is probably going to be October. I think it's
Because you're probably one of our most genetically gifted athletes, bro.
I don't know.
Personally, I rate. Because I know you don't abuse the gear.
yeah.
That's one thing. Because I can see you don't have a... very thick
And then him?
beard.
I've been trying to grow
What's
my
he
beard,
on?
bro.
Yeah.
What is he on?
My little
Look at that
skinny
beard.
arms, bro.
Yeah, I'll probably compete in October
Okay.
and then December. This is probably my last
December's the
pro
pro
qualifier.
qualifier.
Yeah, so I'll get my regional qualification to be able to do the pro qualifier. I'll do that. I'll see if I'm going to do classic.
Who won the previous... what was his name?
Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat you, eh?
Yeah, I came fourth in the men's physique. No, third.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. So Reese won, and then there was this super tall oak from Cairo or wherever he was from. He was like 2 meters tall. He was huge. He was 105 kilograms or something.
Yo.
And I mean, standing next to someone who's like 15 centimeters taller than me, 15 kilograms heavier, like you're definitely going to go for the taller, bigger guy. So that guy, he came second, I came third, but my posing's terrible, bro. I'll be dead honest with both of you. And
Sure.
My posing is
Mine as well at the last show, bro. I never did any posing practice whatsoever.
That's the thing, you have to. In bodybuilding, you
Yo,
have to. Do you do posing?
The way I realized the importance of posing in this prep, like I look at my photos where I was on stage. So we started off with our individual posing routines. And then I look at my pictures later on throughout the show when we were doing comparisons, and they kept us on stage for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And I look at my individual photos compared to the other guys' individual photos, and I'm like, yo, I actually brought it. And then I look at my comparisons, and then like half of my poses, I'm not even flexing. I'm like,
Yeah, well, you gassed already.
yeah, and you do all the hard work throughout your prep, and you don't actually present it. It's going to cost you.
But it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So I only start posing towards the end when everyone's tired.
Yeah, Albert's clever. They're like, okay, and front double by. everyone's already like almost out of their pose, and Albert goes into his pose.
Yeah, you take your time. You have to put up a show, bro. Present
It's
yourself.
true, because they've been looking at them. Okay, they stop flexing and posing, then you only beginning, and then they go straight to you and look at you.
Right way to do it is first in, first out.
Yeah.
First in, last out.
Yeah, first
yeah.
in, last out.
Yeah.
But I mean, posing fitness is a real thing. You have to. I mean, the moment you start sweating, the judges are like, okay, clearly this guy hasn't been practicing.
But I feel like it's always hot on stage. Though. I mean,
It is.
Yeah, it's
The
boiling.
lights, yo.
Jeez.
For mine, I mean, because I do athletic physique, so, but that time at Summer Bodies, I mean, that roof is high there at Hartfeld Arena, but I was dying. I could just feel the sweat running down the
It
side.
was a hot
of it,
day,
like-
though. It was
And
hot.
and I was just like, fuck. It's like I'm dying here. How do you like stay like this? And obviously keep your tan looking somewhat decent without it freaking running.
And your coaching, you had a very successful 8-week challenge.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I'm
that
not
was cool.
mistaken.
That was dope. Yeah, that was nice. I had 55 people that entered,
Oh, that's great.
so that was a lot of work. Yeah, it was difficult.
Did
to
you do everyone's diets?
Yeah,
What?
everything.
Shit, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
man.
it was like 30 hours of actual work. It was rough, but I mean, 55,000 rand for 30 hours, that's worth it. So
Yeah.
at the end of the
good
day,
cash.
it's chill. Well, obviously, it's 40 because I gave the winner 10,000. I would have liked to rig it and kept the 10 somehow, but
You're like, sorry, no one really made a good transformation.
or you post the guy and be like, bro, and you didn't actually win. I'll give you 2,000 rand. Let me keep 8.
Yeah,
Then you can still at least gain your 2,000 rand.
But there's, I see this person circulating on Instagram creating fake profiles of everyone.
Everybody.
Never mine.
Really?
Ever. I was waiting, bro. I was like,
No, because they
where's my OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I'm waiting. And he never actually made
So
a
you're just going to
profile.
start a real OnlyFans.
So if you're watching, please, I'm next.
But it's literally been, you've had it,
I think so, yeah.
Like, but they did target all the fitness.
Did he have
It
OnlyFans
literally
or
was
the
the
fake
fitness.
profile?
Both. Do you have OnlyFans?
Let's not answer
The Viking.
the bike. Yeah. Dude,
So how
if
long-
I had an OnlyFans, I would not be here living today.
Would your fiance kill you?
No, his mother.
Your mother?
Yeah.
No, probably
of
they'd
them.
probably tag team it. Both take turns to beat the crap out of me.
So you guys both now happily in relationships, eh?
Very happy.
Good.
Very. On the straight and narrow.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that
And
is
you?
good.
When's wedding? You also engaged?
Yeah, we're good. Wedding has, okay, well, no one knows, but it's been postponed. Not negative. So Sasha, obviously, you know.
I always feel you need some more time, bro. Time's always good.
Yeah. So
Think it through properly.
no, so it's not about like
Oh,
should we or shouldn't we. It's so Sasha.
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah. She's just making me feel better about
Okay.
it. I'm joking. So I don't know if you guys saw that she went and did like a field guide course in Hoedspruit. So she was away for 35 days. So she
I saw that.
Yeah, so she wants to go and be like a game ranger guide type person, take people on safaris and stuff. And she wants to go work next year. And I mean, we're not going to get married, go on a honeymoon and all that stuff while she's literally away for 4 weeks, home for 1 week. Away for 4 weeks, away for 1 week. And she said
And
to
the
me...
the courses are quite hectic because you
Yeah.
have to be away from home, obviously, in the
Yeah.
bushveld.
And she said to me, Jesse, I don't have time while I'm there in the wild to plan the wedding because I'm not... I'll be honest, I'm like...
You're shocking at planning, let's put it that way.
I mean, it's a wedding. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
a male. I'm a normal...
I don't think any man plans
Yeah.
much for his
No,
own wedding.
no.
I'm speaking from experience. I haven't done much.
No, there you go.
And it's difficult because she's like, don't you have any input? I'm like, Sasha, show me 2 different flower arrangements. I'll choose one which I prefer. But don't tell me to go and find a flower arrangement or find the right tablecloths. I don't know. Just give me an option and I'll choose.
Yeah.
And I mean, I mean...
I like keeping things simple. I mean, we don't really need flowers. So,
We don't even need a wedding in his case. It's not needed.
Yeah, you don't need that shit.
So you just go to the courthouse.
No, not even.
Just
Just
not-
don't marry.
Just put a ring
Get married, yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
It's actually...
No, you
just,
don't need a ring as well, bro.
it's
Especially
true.
not.
Save,
Not
save
at
money.
this stage. Not at this stage. Maybe in future.
I had people that came onto the podcast. Well, not came onto the podcast. Obviously, I'm renting out the space, and they were actually these 2 girls were doing a podcast on the history of marriage and they had a poll on their social media if marriage is important to people, if it isn't. And interestingly enough, what I found it interesting was that 70% of the females that voted said marriage isn't important anymore. And I think that's interesting. And obviously times are changing where, you know, female and girls want to further their career and focus on themselves and building themselves up maybe before, you know, finding a man and settling down. And I think that's good. Because, no one wants to be...
Do they do that?
What?
Like concentrate on themselves and build a proper future?
A lot more than previously.
No, I don't know.
More than previously, definitely.
Okay.
So you don't feel like girls will do that?
The majority of them don't, no.
But
I can comfortably say that.
if you think about the past,
Yes.
almost, okay, let's look at, I don't know, maybe the generation before our parents' age. You know, okay, that's probably like the war times. But
Yeah, but they never worked.
yeah, like the men...
Maybe it was imprinted on them from then.
Yeah. And also because men used to push women down. So then, you know, it's kind of just through the time women are kind of getting their own stride and trying to do their own thing. But it was just interesting to hear these girls talking about it. And the one girl is married and she finds marriage important. The other one isn't married and doesn't find marriage important. And it was just interesting to hear their poll, how 60 or 70% or whatever it was of girls don't really care anymore if they're getting married or not.
Yeah, it's
Definitely wouldn't
very
have guessed.
inspiring to see females actually build a proper future for them and have good careers and not be dependent on a male.
Yeah.
But I don't see that much.
Yeah. I think it's also because as men, we like to have power.
Yeah, we like caring.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's so difficult being independent, bro. It's so much easier to build together.
Yeah.
So yeah, hats off to girls who can actually do that.
Yeah.
But that's what Sasha, because Sasha obviously doesn't have a job. She's studying honors in psychology. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have any work. So obviously, I'm now paying for everything. And she's like, I don't want her to be dependent on you. So firstly, she's obviously doing something she loves.
Does she at least make you food?
Yeah. Every now and then. So if I'm too busy, she'll cook. But sometimes I like to procrastinate and not work so that I can cook. And also sometimes she puts too much salt on the food or doesn't.
Yeah. That's actually why.
I'm joking, Sasha. She doesn't watch these podcasts anyway, so I can talk whatever I want. Yeah, but so she wants to go and further her career. She wants to not be dependent on me. She not want to...
Or she wants to get away from you in the bushveld.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest reason.
Do you ask her to be on podcasts like only you two?
No, I don't know what we talk about.
Imagine.
Talk about our drama. Talk about our fights.
The
wedding.
What are your
She's
fights
just gonna
about?
moan at
I want to
me.
hear this.
Yo, it's just me not concentrating in our conversations.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I think it's a male thing to be dead honest.
Then she's busy speaking to me and I'll go onto my phone without realizing it.
Yeah.
I'll start scrolling through Instagram.
I think it's a male thing.
And
100%
she's speaking to
is.
me, she can lose it.
Yeah, it's definitely a male thing. And then peeing on the seat, on the toilet seat.
Oh yeah, but that's fine.
Like,
Bro,
it's
they should wipe it.
I grew up in a family of males, obviously other than my mom. But I never lifted the toilet seat. I didn't think about those kind of things. I kind of just practiced my aim and failed and hit the toilet seat every now and then. And then obviously since living with her, I have to put up the seats, and I'm sure you experienced the same, or you also live
No,
together
I actually
now.
lift up this.
I just grew up in a very conservative household, so yeah.
Mike had a tough upbringing, bro.
My parents don't fart in front of each other, so me and my fiance also don't fart in front of each
Okay.
other. And we've been together for like 6 years.
I was like, what the fuck, Mike? And like, I let one rip, bro.
So you two fought in front of each other?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable. I'm very, very comfortable.
Oh,
Do you know how
Oh, I don't
tough
have
it is
manners.
being
They're
on
best
Number
mates.
two.
Do you know how
No,
tough it
Mike
is?
doesn't fall in front of me.
You fought in front of him.
Yeah.
Of course. Rudely, dude, all the time.
He'll call you from the opposite end of the house. Mike, luister hierso.
Yeah, you were saying
What
how
was
tough
this?
it is?
Oh, being on a high protein diet and having to like
Knipe.
keep it in
Yeah,
all day.
I've never fought in front of Sasha.
Really?
Other than a mistake when I was asleep.
You don't want to kill
And
the
it came
Oh,
romance. dude.
that happens.
That happens.
Yeah, when she's cuddling you and she's a big spoon.
After a big cheat meal, bro,
you
that
fall
night
on
when you
her.
go to bed after a big cheat meal, you can't keep it in bed. It's terrible. But also, like, I won't forcefully fart in front of him. My dad, like, if I was when I was young and I farted in front of my mom, not beat me, but he would be like, bro, you don't do that in front of a woman.
Yeah,
And
same.
then he would do it, and then my mom would hear, and then he would make a joke about it. But if we did it, different story. So he would he'd make us respect her, but then he'd take advantage sometimes and do a little fart every now and then. But I think,
Bro, you know, the thing is, I'm naughty because that's just who I am. So I try and have as much fun in life as possible. And obviously, okay, when you're serious, you're serious. But I try and, you can even ask Mike, I'm always making jokes about everything I shouldn't.
Yeah. It's a coping mechanism. Yeah,
whenever there's
fun of everything
a serious
in life.
moment or there's something that happened that's pretty serious, I'll make a joke and then I just crack the ice and then I'd laugh by myself.
Yeah, everyone else just get touched.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yes, this guy's rude.
But that's also probably what happened on social media, was you just being yourself and making a joke of serious things that were happening.
Yeah. And bro, it doesn't faze me.
But that's the thing, you've got to have that mindset though, half of the time. It's just, you've got to do it because people are so serious in life nowadays.
Yeah, all
you,
the time.
Like, you think you're doing something just out of a positive kind of vibe and everyone takes it so seriously and you're like, what the fuck, I'm just doing it just to lighten the mood, you know? And it's like COVID times especially, like, okay, like you say, there were a few things you shouldn't have maybe said or posted, but it's, people need to have the sense, it's like, feels like a sense of humor is lacking from the world. Like,
everything's
just after
so
COVID
serious and
like, there's no
just get
jokes.
over
Like,
it.
if you say something, you like, it's intended as a joke, and people are like, no.
And the first thing females go to if they're not happy or something, and I checked this after I did those posts, his dick's small. I'm like,
so that's the go-to.
Steroids doesn't do that. Firstly,
not at all.
Yeah.
But that should actually offend me. I wasn't even offended.
Yeah.
And then I'm a B-grade bodybuilder, only winning overalls at all my shows.
Who called you a B grade? Are you allowed to say names?
What's her name?
Me.
Who was it?
Ailey.
Ailey. That's her name.
But I mean,
she blocked me.
if you're
so many people blocked me after that.
I can imagine.
But you got a lot more followers, bro.
Yeah, I got a few.
Well, you at least got a lot of people watching your story who maybe weren't following you. I'm sure that happened.
My story views were mad.
Yeah.
The impressions were like over 1 or 2 million.
Yes.
Well, people even made memes about this guy.
Yeah. Then you know you've made it.
Yeah, thanks.
And then one of my mates would say, listen, have you seen this chick's profile? And then I'll go on Instagram. I'm like, I haven't seen a post from this chick in ages.
Yeah.
Go on there, I can't find her profile. Then she's blocked me. I'm like, what? I never even said anything about you.
Yeah.
So they probably blocked me before I could even say anything.
Yeah.
But it was probably she blocked you because maybe it was a friend of hers that was offended or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. They like teaming up as well.
But I mean, you were the talk of the town, bro. Everyone, you wake up, just get a message on a group. Did you see what Albert posted? Did you see what Albert posted? And you go straight on. You wake up every morning in lockdown and quickly go to your story.
that's
to
why
watch.
That
it's
kept me
nice.
busy, eh? Yes.
Can you
imagine taking screenshots. Bro, I had to factory reset my phone. It was full.
But your DMs also must have been going crazy.
Yo, mad. And I kept all of them, so...
Blackmail.
Yeah.
You guys
Leverage.
better watch out. Anyone who sent in confessions.
Yeah, that's what you were doing. Was just out the people that were confessing.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the right time.
Then you're...
If they piss you off or something.
No,
or
you just
something
wait
like
till your social media dies down a little bit and you want to spike it up.
then
Just go.
Post a quick one.
Well, so what's next for you guys? Next shows? Mike?
Sure. I actually don't have anything planned. Yeah, as I said, wedding coming up.
When is that? I saw you just...
On the
Did
best
someone?
man.
Yeah, I
On the
saw
best
that
man.
on
it's my
Instagram. That's
best
quite
man.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our wedding.
You couldn't
Our
find
wedding.
you couldn't find anyone better.
Sure.
No, I'm the best, bro. Obviously.
No.
Best B-grade friend he's got.
My only friend. Welcome to all my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no. When's the wedding?
August.
Okay.
So soon.
Okay, so that is pretty soon.
Yeah, it's quite
It's a
obviously.
big step, eh?
It is.
That is quite stressful.
It is.
But you guys still living together and everything. So
Yeah, we've lived together.
So
for
nothing
like
will
4 years.
change other than just physically being married.
Yeah,
That's why I
basically.
say, why even get married?
It's important to some people.
No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, I think trying to gather the finances to pay for a
Yeah,
wedding and
can
prepping at the
imagine.
same time is a bit rough.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And in terms of your physique for the wedding, like obviously you know the girl.
I'm contemplating, should I go full bulk and just yeah.
And have you planned like a honeymoon?
We're planning on going to Bali.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, that's
Yeah,
nice.
So then you have to be shredded. You can't be bulky and go to
Oh, yeah,
Bali.
true, eh? True.
Yeah, you gotta take in the honeymoons at the wedding parts, though.
Okay, you've convinced me.
There you go. You gotta think about afterwards when you get on the beach.
Prep starts tomorrow.
Mike is a funny character, so he'll be like, okay, now it's full off season. He wants to gain size, eat the right amount of food. Then he picks up a bit of fat. Then he complains, no, he has to lean down a bit. He can't wait for prep. Bro, it's always the one or the other. There's no middle ground for Mike.
Yeah.
And
It's
if
true.
you
It's
get
when
hungry,
you want
bro,
what you can't have. Like
Yeah.
when you're big and you just want to be shredded. When you're shredded, you want some size.
Yeah.
It's true.
I've never seen a more grumpy guy in my whole life. That's when he's hungry.
Yeah.
But one day
Angry.
we're waiting. We were leaving a farm, and now we're waiting for the owner to come open the gate for us. We've probably been waiting for half an hour. Yes, now he starts. Now I'm hungry. I'm waiting. Okay. Now I know he complains a lot about food, and it keeps going on. Eventually, he carries on so much. I'm like, Mike, we're gonna leave now. Chill, bro. He gets out the car, walks around, up and down. Yeah, it's so funny. I love it.
So I'm sure everyone in your life prefers you when you're bulking because then you're not angry.
Yeah, he's better.
Or then you get frustrated because you feel fat. And then
Nah.
you're angry anyway.
No,
He's
actually,
large. He's large.
yeah, but it's difficult. Like, suppose when you prep, you're all shredded. No one really gets to see that.
Yeah.
And then when you bulk, at least you feel like you look decent in a t-shirt or.
Yeah.
So it's like what look is more.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to go for? It's always
So many
difficult.
people are different. It's always a big topic, that as well.
Yeah.
It's like, you ask someone, do you like a bulky person or a lean person? And they're like, no, I prefer lean. Then you look scroll. You look scroll and you look skinny, but then when you bulky, people are like, yo, you staunch. But then people are like, no, you're looking fat now. So it's like, oh, fuck.
It's always the worst. You always like, or at least for me, I always tend to prep during winter.
Yeah.
And then you're so shredded, no one even gets to see.
Yeah, you see.
And you get
Yeah.
colder quick.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get.
it's freezing. But I love winter preps. I like dressing warm, and obviously you prep throughout winter, then the show is right after winter. So that's perfect timing for me. Prepping in summer is quite difficult, especially on the anabolics and stuff.
Yeah.
You're hot as fuck.
Do you guys prefer hiding your physique before show day? Or will you like post what you look like a week out? That kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
I'd post. I don't care, bro.
Dude, I love it. These guys coming to weigh-ins, thinking it's they're Mr. Olympia themselves, hoodies on, everything. It's like, dude, if anyone sees your physique, if you reveal anything now, what are they gonna do in the next 2 days to beat you?
Yeah,
like, what's
exactly.
gonna
It's
change?
one day.
Even
Yeah.
a week. I mean, let's be honest. I know several people that like you're 1 week out, so keen to reveal the package or what I'll be working on. Like I think, bro, if you want to grow your social media, post as much as you can throughout the entire
Yeah.
time so that you can get more followers and get more attention around you. Like at the end of the day, all those people that are making money overseas are big on social media because they're constantly showing what they look like in their journey. So if you want to like do well on social media, and bodybuilding kind of is that, because let's not pretend that you're gonna do better in South Africa if you've got a big following, because all these promoters and show people care about is the amount of money you're gonna bring them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You-
You can
you
be the
market-
craziest looking physique or craziest looking athlete. At the end of the day,
If you're
the
not
brand's gonna ask
marketable-
what's in it for me.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's about.
Yeah, if you're not a marketable athlete, no one will take you on.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how good your genetics are.
Like there's a lot of people that look amazing in this country and they compete every now and then, but their social media is terrible. And they don't get the sponsors, they don't get the money, they might every now and then place like second or third.
I'll leave the social media discussions for Albert. I'm not too big on social media.
Yeah, I've also been quiet, eh?
Why
I've
is that?
literally-
You're just happy.
Yeah, I've been too busy. So social media isn't my focus anymore. I do post every now and then, but I'm not on. I remove Facebook completely because there I just save myself an hour and a half a day.
Yeah.
Once you start scrolling, when you're in
Yeah,
bed
you
on,
keep
with
going.
videos and shit, bro, I can't. And you don't stop. So I removed Facebook completely. So Instagram's about the only social media I've got, and I'm not on it much. Probably like half an hour a day max, which isn't much.
suppose it's good. It's a detox from that.
I've been doing that lately. It's like after 8 o'clock, don't even pick up my phone.
Yeah.
Like when I go into bed, don't even pick up my phone and go on Instagram or whatever, because also it's more difficult to fall asleep. You see something that might irritate you or something that makes you think of something else, and then, you know, your rest is just not as good. And also, like with Sasha being away, like I saw the importance of actually being present when she's here.
Yeah.
So like,
That counts.
yeah, not having her in my life for 35 days, like it's not that long, but for me it felt like forever,
it's
you know.
fucking long.
Especially like being with someone for straight. Obviously, we've been together for 4 years, but living with someone, let's say for like 2 years or whatever.
How's it interviewing your exes?
Who was that?
You've interviewed a few. One of
Name them, bro.
Gabby?
Yeah, we didn't date.
Not.
No.
What happened?
I saw her 4 times.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why we broke up.
No,
I'm not talking about that. No, so Gabby and I chilled, bro. Like we saw each other.
No. I was just wondering.
No, that was chill. We saw each other 4 times. Sasha was there when she came. Was at our house, so it was chilled.
We were even joking when we arranged this. We like, listen, okay, what cool approach can we have? Then you said, no, get an ex to join you. I was like, no, that won't happen.
How are your relationship with your exes?
I don't really have one.
You don't have one. You got one.
He doesn't have
A
relationship.
relationship.
No relationships.
Okay.
No, not anymore.
Okay. But in terms of like if you had to see each other public, kind of just avoid each other.
Preferably,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like that's the case.
But I feel like that just should be what you do with exes.
It is.
Like, but I mean, like,
I'd say hello. I've got no hard feelings.
yeah.
It's just better, obviously, for your current partner to avoid
No,
Yeah.
of course,
to
definitely.
avoid them.
Yeah.
It's always going to
Because
be
there's
frowned
always
upon.
that jealousy,
Yeah.
and so I don't want to overstep those boundaries.
Yeah. So I think happy wife, happy life, and that's
Yeah,
true, bro.
definitely.
That is true.
Definitely.
Yeah, she's either going to make your life amazing or absolutely terrible.
Yeah. And it is up to us, like how they're going to be to us.
Yeah.
You know, like, fortunately, I didn't really have a relationship with Gabby. That's why Sasha was completely chilled with that. But there are other people I wouldn't go close to asking to have an interview with them.
Yeah.
Just more out of respect for Sasha than, like, to be honest, like, I knew Gabby's got a good following. So I was like, Sasha, I want to get Gabby on. Like, do you have a problem with it? And she's like, no, 100%, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing this to grow my brand, to grow my name, and to get more people. And I mean, if I can get a bit of followers from Gabby, at the end of the day,
Every bit helps, eh?
yeah, and Sasha knows that. So like me
It's
posting,
just business.
yeah, like I don't care. Like Sasha doesn't even care. Like I'll try find the most, like if I post a video like this, the thumbnail of Gabby, I'll try find the most provocative photo that she's taken. Not because I think it's a sexy photo, but because I know guys are gonna go click on that video and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Like
which
clickbait.
photo is the first one you'd pick?
No, I asked someone
I
else, but
noticed
not me.
you did like a almost sort of like a clickbait on one of your posts when you said Sasha left me or something.
Yeah.
What was that whole story about?
No, so that was when she went away to
Oh,
Footspread.
okay. So this is
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
So-
clickbait, that always gets me.
That's what I
I was
did.
on YouTube the one day, I was like, fuck, check this, and there's
Yeah.
he even drew me about it. He's like, yo, you just got clickbaited. And I'm like,
Well, I mean, so she did leave me for 35 days. I just,
Yeah.
you don't tell the whole story.
Come on, playing guys like that.
Guys,
And
thank
how
you
do
so
you
much.
find- how do you
No,
find-
carry on, yeah.
Like spending time apart, better for your relationship, worse for your relationship.
Yeah, so she's only been back for a week now, so it's difficult to tell in terms. We're definitely stronger, that's for sure. And there was times where when she was away, like there was a lot of benefits of her being in her own space and her being able to chase what she wants and have something that she's motivated towards. Obviously, it was awful not having her here, and like if I'm working, I go through the kitchen and she's not there. Whereas previously she was, like that kind of stuff. That's tough.
So absence does make out grow fonder.
It does definitely. But there was times where
But
like
you also only realize what you have until it's gone.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's also so true.
Like there was some times where it was nice, where it was like, okay, I want to go to gym now. I don't have to say, okay, does this fit your schedule? Are you okay? Do you want to go to gym together? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was kind of just like, I want to go to gym. I go to
a
gym.
tiny bit of freedom you have
Yeah.
is quite nice.
But I mean, I would 100% sacrifice that freedom to have her with me. But also, I'm not gonna stop her from going.
yeah.
Like I would rather have her chasing her dreams and doing what she wants to do and see her less than to keep her here and hold her back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because I mean, she supported me in everything I've done. So I mean, how can I not support her?
Yeah. No, that's true though. It is. It's equal. So it's got to be done.
All right, guys, that's an hour. Thanks very much.
Okay, done.
Thanks,
Bye.
boy.
I appreciate it. No bridges burned, hopefully.
No, this wasn't too bad.
Sweet guys, thanks for listening. Cheers.